Hi, I'm Nikki, the Obsessive Bookseller. Welcome to my channel. Today we're doing a book haul, and of all the book hauls I've done on this channel, this is probably my favorite one. I've got some really special titles in here, and I can't wait to share them, so let's get started. First, I'll start with a stack of unread books that my husband got me for our anniversary. We got Gardens of Stone by Mark T. Barnes. I've had an ebook and an audio copy of this one forever, and I'm really interested in reading it because it seems like it's going to be one filled with a lot of rich world building. And even started it a few years ago and just had too many things going on. It was one of those that introduced a lot of new names and places right out of the gate, and I knew I needed more concentration than what I had at the time, so put it down. But anyway, I'm glad I finally have a physical copy of this. I imagine having one on my shelves will encourage me to read it sooner than later. I have A Time of Dread and A Time of Blood by John Gwynne because I am loving the Faithful and the Fallen series so much. And these ones were available in hardcover, but I can't seem to get a hold of the first 4 in hardcover, so I decided just to make them all match. This is one of those I'm just gonna let go. But really glad to have these on my shelves. I actually thought they'd be a little bit thicker because the first 4 books are massive. And if you haven't read the series, this is a continuation, but it takes place like a thousand years in the future. So I'm considering it books 5, 6, and 7, but it's technically a separate series. The Empire of Black and Gold by Adrian Tchaikovsky, because I read and loved Children of Time and found so many things about what the author did incredibly compelling. I think he's going to be a new favorite, and I'd like to test that theory with a really lengthy fantasy series from him. It's the first book in the Shadow of the Apt. It's a 10-book series, and yeah, I'm really excited for this one. We Ride the Storm by Devin Madsen, another one that I've seen around here and there, heard a couple of good things about it, but for the most part, it's just one of those covers and series that keeps catching my eye. And I decided that although I'm not buying a ton of books that I haven't read generally, I'm focusing more on filling in my collection for books that I've already read and vetted. There are a few here and there that I don't mind spending money on just the first book just to see if I like it. It's really fun having them on the shelves and being able to pick from them. It's like my library is a bookstore. I got Into the Wind-Racked Wilds by Deborah Baker. Evidently, it's a pen name for Sheena McGuire from Tor. And I am going to read this series. It's a middle grade. It's a thin novella length type of series, and we'll see if I like it. It was unsolicited, so I don't feel any pressure to get to it sooner than later, but I've had a lot of success with this author with the shorter stories, so yeah, we'll give it a go. Picked up the new release, Trouble with the Cursed by Kim Harrison. The latest in the Hollow series. I've already read it and really liked it, and as I have the entire collection in hardcover, I needed to add another one, so really excited that I have this on my shelves finally. You may have seen this in a few wrap-ups, but I bought The Ring of Solomon by Jonathan Stroud. It's the prequel novel to the Bartimaeus series, and as I loved that one, I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely going to pick that one up. And so I picked it up and then read it before I even filmed my haul, and that's the kind of turnover that I'm talking about. I love it when I do stuff like that. But yeah, like that I have this one in my collection now. Soul Taken by Patricia Briggs, another one that I read an advanced digital copy for, and now I have the physical copy. Interestingly enough, this was a Christmas present from my husband. It was supposed to have come out in March, but yeah, didn't get it until August. That's okay though. The extra time the author took to write the story really paid off in how much richer her mystery element was to that story compared to the other ones, in my opinion. After years and years of wanting these editions but never quite making time or money to pick them up, I finally picked up the Song of Ice and Fire, and I've got the whole collection here. And these are my favorite hardcovers. I have another set down here from the Science Fiction Book Club ages ago, and I didn't have Dance with Dragons, but they're the smaller versions. I don't really like the thickness of the paper, so when you're reading them, you can kind of see through, and I hate that. So anyway, I've been wanting these for a while. I feel like it rounds out the collection, and I love how they look on the shelves. So really excited I finally got those. And what I am is I'm lucky that the series is still so popular because they were still available. I've been wanting these for like 10 years. I finally found a full-size hardcover of Kushiel's Chosen by Jacqueline Carey. It was the only hardcover I'm missing out of my series, and I'm really happy to have it. I have like 3 copies of this book now. I have a paperback that I read, a signed paperback that's unread, and now this one, so I could probably let one of those other ones go. The Martyr by Anthony Ryan. As much as I did not enjoy Pariah, Anthony Ryan, I'm on his email list, and he sent like oh, I have an exclusive signed edition, and if you hurry and purchase it now, you can get a hold of a copy. So I got a numbered and signed edition, and it was late and I was weak, and I'm like, why are you buying this? You did not like the first one. And I thought, well, he's a favorite author. Maybe I'll like the second book better. Because a lot of the things that I had complaints about wasn't about the basic writing, it was just about the type of story that was being told. And it kind of started over a couple of different times throughout the book, it felt like, from a momentum standpoint. And I'm thinking that probably won't be the case in this one. But it was a cool edition, so I brought it home. Not one of my more like careful purchases, that's for sure. And now we're getting into the good stuff, stuff I am so excited about. So I paid astronomical shipping for this, but from overseas, I bought Dragon Keeper by Robin Hobb, and it's a signed edition. So excited for this one. Now, I didn't even know this one existed, and then I was watching a fellow booktuber and saw this book on his shelves, and I'm like, there's another edition? Like my edition, let me show you. I don't have the first one, but this is the second one. These are the US editions, and these are, in my opinion, absolutely hideous. And so yes, I will be collecting more in this vein, and I think this will look awesome on the shelves next to my other ones. These are kind of a higher priority because this is my all-time favorite series from my all-time favorite author, so it was worth the astronomical shipping to get it to me. I'm stoked to have it. I picked up hardcovers of the First Law trilogy by Joe Abercrombie. I got these on the Book Depository, and I've seen some of the special editions with like the cool cover and the sprayed edges or whatever, but I didn't need anything that fancy. I just wanted something that looked like the original hardcover, and it's got some like shimmer to it. I love the matte finish on the cover, so yeah, these are absolutely beautiful. Beautiful representation of the series for my shelves. Right now I just have some trade paperbacks. So this is my new favorite thing that publishers are doing, taking the original hardcover images and then reprinting the hardcover, because there's a lot of series that I didn't get started on until it was too late to pick up the hardcovers, and it's too late to get them. I am completely happy with this. This is so cool. I'm tickled to add these to my shelves. And then finally, I am really excited for this. So I finished Adrian Tchaikovsky's Children of Time and loved it. It's my favorite read of the year so far. And I went on Amazon immediately afterwards to see if I could find a hardcover edition. And they were selling for like a couple $1,000s. I was like, well, there goes that dream. But I kept looking here or there, and I looked into a rare bookseller in the UK who had signed editions. Signed and numbered editions of Children of Time, and they were beautiful. So I picked it up, and it was within my price range. That was the amazing thing. So if you're on the hunt for a hardcover book that's kind of hard to get a hold of, like, don't lose hope. You might find one eventually, because yes, and I mean, this is the UK printing. I have no idea what edition it is, but it doesn't really matter to me. I just wanted a hardcover represented on my shelves, and I love it. I love it. Shipping for this almost cost more than the actual book, but you know, whatever. It came completely wrapped up. It took me like 10 minutes to unwrap the whole thing. That's what you want when you buy books online. And then with that was a bundled deal, the second book, which I have yet to read, but this one is also a numbered and signed edition. And I'm so thrilled to have these. They've got just this beautiful matte finish, and they are just like completely hefty and satisfying to hold. I'm stoked. And there's my haul. It's not nearly as many titles as I usually share within a haul. I have a tendency to collect a lot of hardcovers, but I've been really trying to be careful of what I've been buying. I've been limiting. I haven't necessarily gone on a spending freeze, but I made a deal with myself that I wasn't allowed to order new books until the ones that I had already ordered all come in. And sometimes with these overseas shipments, that can take like 2 or 3 weeks. So it's been really helpful at curbing my spending. Thanks so much for joining me for this haul. I'm sure I'll have another one within the next couple of months, and I hope to catch you next time. Bye.